Sometimes a really catchy intro is just the ticket you need to start the tune off with a nice pop. And Band in a Box is a great tool for generating intros. So again, here's the song that I showed you in the last video that I'm working on.
Don't dance alone.
So it sounds nice, but I'm looking for an intro.
Dance with me.
Now I could program something up, but I want to try and come up with something different that I might not otherwise have thought of. And Band in a Box can certainly offer me plenty of suggestions. There's a great kind of automatic intro generator. So let me start by typing in the chords and the tempo. So I'm at 124, and the chords are pretty simple, as you'll recall. The key is in F, and I'll just put them in real quick. We got F for 2 bars, and then we have D minor for 2 bars, B flat for 2 bars, and C for 2 bars. And it continues, but really, I don't need more than this. I'm just concerned with generating an intro. So here, because I've got my sounds already established, I want to export MIDI from Band in a Box so I can use my own sounds just for continuity, so that it'll blend well and be homogeneous with my arrangement. So the style I choose should be something appropriate to, in this case, a kind of modern pop style. And I've filtered by pop in the categories over here and come up with a couple of possibilities. This is one. So that's sounding nice. So I've loaded that in. Let's just listen to what these chords sound like with that groove or that style. Okay, a little cheesy. I'm more concerned with the notes than the actual sounds in this case. So I'm going to go under Tools, and under Form, we have Generate Intro. And it's a fairly simple dialog box. We can choose between jazz or pop, and I want pop in this case. And the number of bars, I'm going to go with the 4-bar intro. Starting chord is F, and it's in the key of F. It doesn't have to start on F, but I'm going to leave it like that. And we have the option of having a bass pedal through the intro, which is nice, but I don't think I necessarily want it for this particular arrangement. So I'm going to leave no pedal bass. And we can have major 7 chords be used instead of major 6s. In this case, I'm thinking triadic pop, so it's not really relevant. And I can have the intro generated for just drums or bass and drums only, or all the instruments. So let me put this out of the way, and I'll go regenerate intro. And there it's generated those 4 bars for me, and it's inserted them. And I can keep going with these until I get examples that I like. Let's see what this one sounds like. Let's go close, and let's hear what it sounds like. Interesting chords. They're certainly not what I'm using in the song, but I think it might work. So I'm going to drag and drop this. I'm just going to select the range. I only really need or care about or want the first few bars. So let me drag this over to the MIDI drop zone over here, and then I can drag these in, and I'll just get the intro. I'm just going to drag it to the front here. Let's just listen to this. It might be the wrong range. Yeah, I'm going to put it up an octave. Bring the velocities up. Go back to Band in a Box, and let's bring the next part, the electric piano. Again, just drag that over to MIDI, bring that over here, and let's just check the range real quick of that. I'm going to bring that up also. Great, and there's also another synth sound. I don't have a sound called up here. I'm just going to duplicate this track and just bring it in on that sound for the moment. And it's the polysynth part. So let's go back, drag that into MIDI and bring that here. Let me just see. I'm not sure if we're going to need that. Okay, so let's raise this up. Okay, great. So let's move this into place now and hear what it sounds like. I'm just going to line it up, and I'll bring my drum loop out so I can get the same drums underneath. And let's see how it blends in with my song.
Don't dance alone.
So that works great. Now I can easily audition several different variations. All I need to do to start with is go back to here, bring this up, and remembered my settings, and just regenerate the intro. And there I'm getting some different harmonic variations. That's close to what I have. That would probably be really interesting, actually, really close. But it's fun just hitting this and seeing what comes up. So with all that done, well, that looks interesting too. Let me just hear that one. they're all great. Now, the other thing we can do is, of course, try a different style because, of course, it'll affect how the part is generated. Let's try that just for fun. And let's just hear this. Well, let's bring up the intro box again and regenerate it. And the parts will be generated to conform with this style a little bit better. Let's try that. So it's kind of a chromatic line or harmonic progression, which again doesn't match what I've got in the song, but could certainly be interesting as an intro. And who knows, it could even turn into an interesting idea for an interlude. Let's go one more time and regenerate the chords. And that could be nice as well. And let's try bringing this in. I'm just going to take this and drag it out of the way. Just drag it down here for now. Mute them. And in case I want to revert to it, because I have a feeling I might like it. But for now, let's take these and take the synth bass part, bring that over to MIDI, bring that in here. And again, let's just check the range. See, it's kind of a pedal eighth note part. Yeah, wrong octave. I'll bring the velocity up. Great. And then back to here, we have a sitar, which I don't think I'm going to use. We have a sweep pad. Let's see what that's like on the keyboard sound. So it might be some serendipity, it might not be, or I might not even bring up another sound, which is fine. All right, maybe, maybe not. And we've got the sitar part. Let's see what it brings us. You never know. And let's hear that. I'm going to bring it up an octave. And let's hear all three together. Let's bring them into place and see what we get. Another interesting possibility, I'm going to bring the velocity down on that. Works great, but you know what? I think I like this original one better, and possibly might need to assign some different sounds to it to get the most out of it. But let me just listen to it one more time. Again, just dragging these out of the way. And let's listen. All right, I like that. I'm going to find some other sounds and I'll be right back. All right, here's the exact same part with some sounds changed. I've doubled the second part and doubled the third part as well. And I've liked that new sound that I introduced so much that I copied my main keyboard part onto it as well. So there we've got a fresh, inspiring intro thanks to Band in a Box. We'll see you for more in the next video.